First thing I want to go over is the calendar and how you can use the calendar to track social media posts. I highly encourage it. I also highly encourage you to use electronic calendars and move away from the paper calendars, and I'll kind of tell you why on both of those things. So using a calendar to track social media posts will help you have a better sense of frequency that you're posting at, so you can actually physically see how many posts are going out a week, and it helps you visually perceive it. It also shows you where the gaps are, so you can visually perceive where the posts are not, and basically help you work backwards when you're filling in the gaps for the year. So I like to look at all the events for the entire year at the first of the year, fill in everything for holidays, company birthdays, parties, any of that kind of stuff, micro holidays, all that kind of stuff. Fill everything in on the calendar, and then you know that you can look at the calendar and visually perceive again where the holes are and where your posts need to actually be made. So once you determine the frequency and you know there's 5 posts going out in the month of December, one's Christmas, one's whatever, then you know you have however many left to do. This also helps generate more meaningful media and consistency. I encourage electronic calendars as well, because you can actually use like iCalendar or Gmail and invite team members in, and it helps with productivity in all fields, not just for social posting. So if you have any sort of calendar that you're currently using, whether you're a restaurant, boutique, whatever, and it's up on your wall somewhere and everyone has to come in daily and check that stuff, we moved all of our stuff over to digital. So now anytime I update something, it's on every single person's phone. And that's why we like iCalendar a lot. We share all of our calendars to the email address. It notifies you when new things are added to the calendar, and nobody misses a beat. And I think it's great. So yeah, if you use traditional calendars, I really encourage you to switch over to electronic. It will, again, help you communicate with the team properly. You can look at the posting schedule from your phone, wherever you're at. And it just keeps everyone on task with everything that's going on. There's no excuses. Oh, I missed this or whatever. It notifies everybody. And it's really just a good way to do things. So the second thing going into 2020 again is your camera. So smartphones, DSLRs, point and shoots, it doesn't matter, but having a good camera with 11 to 24 plus megapixels is normally enough to look pretty good on social media. Yes, cameras go beyond to 40 plus pixels. Not everybody has access to expensive equipment like that. And I really wanted to put this specific point out there for the people that are still rocking the pre-2014 cell phones, or have point and shoot cameras from a long time ago that they haven't upgraded yet, and they're still posting photos to their page with these. And the reason why is because it really does. The consumer knows what average quality is. Sorry about that. This consumer knows about what good photos are and what bad photos are nowadays. A lot of people have iPhones available to them and can almost take a better picture with their iPhone than a lot of point and shoots and DSLRs can even take. So where I was going with that is, I think getting it, whether it's a cell phone or again, point and shoot camera, I think it's a great investment for business owners to invest in, especially if it's your everyday personal carry. It's just nice. The new Note phones, the iPhones, they all have great cameras. They don't need to be top of the line, but again, I think investing in the stuff is crucial. And before I move on from the camera check, I know this is quick, but I also wanted to point out that so often I see people putting pictures of products up or of people up, and the picture's out of focus, and the actual thing is blurry. The whole picture would be blurry. And sometimes I think the business owner, the person that captured the media, even notices it and still puts the picture out there because they no longer have the photo opportunity or whatever that is. And so make sure that you're clicking on the screen to choose your focus points. If you don't know with whatever phone or camera that you have how to choose focus, play with it and figure out. Because the worst thing that can happen is you schedule a photo shoot, whether it's really professional or not, and pictures are out of focus and you can't even use them. Sounds very simple. It's a big tip for some of you guys, and it really will help. Just know how to use your camera equipment, and when you're posting, make sure the quality is transferring in full. Lastly is provide value. So again, to have success in pages in 2020, I think that you truly need to bring quality to the table. The consumer on social is smarter than ever before. And normally I like to think there's either two things you're doing with posting, and it's either adding value or taking up space to someone's feed. Value can be comedic and informational, motivational, whatever it is. This right here, I'm providing value to you by teaching you these things. Even showing customers things that are discounted in the store is providing value up to a certain point. We try not to get super selly with a lot of the posts that we put out. Of course, you always want to talk about your advertisements and specials and that kind of stuff. But you don't want to be selly to your followers every time that you post, at least not in post, and really definitely not every time you post. But a big benefit behind the ads and that kind of stuff that we run is that everything that you put out for ads doesn't necessarily have to be posted to your page. And so that you can kind of put out the more selly content, if you will. Another way that you can provide value is actually caring, as the business owner or manager, whoever you are, actually caring about the stuff that goes out to your page and not just delegating it as a task to someone else and saying, post to Facebook once a week, get it done. And occasionally you're on Facebook in the morning and you see your own stuff and you're like, okay, whatever. And you click like and share. And I think, just really taking like an active role and spending more time on actually what goes out to your page and really caring and having a higher standard of what does go out to your social media pages. And if you don't know what's good, investigate the accounts that you feel are successful or that you look up to and idolize their posting styles or their grammar, however they take their pictures or whatever it is, and try to emulate those things into your own business. So I think that's probably where I will stop with that. So to recap, get an online calendar and mark down all the events in the holidays first. Then figure out how often you want to post and then work backwards to fill in the gaps. It'll be super helpful for a lot of you. Secondly, learn how to use your smartphone camera. Or whatever camera you have, learn how to use it. Get an editing app on your phone. Whatever it is, these small things will help. And I promise you'll see the likes and shares and all that kind of stuff uptick as you continue to increase the quality of your media. And lastly, again, was spend more time thinking about your post and provide real value to your followers as often as you can. That's my 3-part checklist. It's really simple and straightforward. And I know these things are like something you might hear and be like, yeah, of course, but are you actually putting these things into practice? Is your calendar for the full year actually filled out? It's December 27th today. I'm recording this. We're going to try to have a lot of our clients posting calendars filled out before the end of January, moving into it for the whole year. And so if you guys have questions about any of this kind of stuff, feel free to reach out to me. The Let's Talk Social podcast at gmail.com is now the new email we're going to take comments or questions from. We also have a Facebook and Instagram. You can just search up Let's Talk Social. You'll see us on there. And you can also just drop comments on any of those things. We manage all of our pages and we are on there every day. So we'll see them all the time. I hope this helps you guys out. If you, again, have any questions, please reach out to us. I hope this gives you what you need to have a stronger start into the year of 2020 and have a social day.